is about sir. Keshav sir is one of our favorite people in terms of whenever we need help. मुझे जब हेल्प चाहिए होती है, you all know that I have a board of advisory, right? अपना wall के ऊपर. You have been seeing sir का photo from day one there. So sir is also just now went there and he's like, हाँ यहाँ पे photo लगा. But sir is that person who has contributed a lot to this particular BTech program that you all guys are studying in. Sir has invested his time in terms of looking forward to your curriculums, having discussions with me back and forth for how your education should go ahead. Got it? So whatever you are experiencing right now, sir has invested a lot of time in that. Thanks a lot, sir, for all your time and effort. And thank you for today coming to the campus. Now a little bit professional side to introduce sir. First of all, sir is a very senior person in the industry. He's the co-founder and VP of engineering for Pathfinder in Path Partner in KPIT. So we call it KPIT. Yes. So he looks forward to lots of L&D initiatives as well as like in terms of continuous learning in KPIT apart from coding in his brief time. So that's all about sir, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. He told that I am very experienced and very old, not that old also. So I started my career in 1999. So now it is 24 years. Being entrepreneur for almost 20 years. So I started part of the entrepreneurial journey at just 4 years of experience. The first company that we built, we were not the investor, but all the engineering was with us. The company name was Emused, EMUZED. In year 2000, we started that company. In 2003, we had our first customer, and that was a product company. We used to develop multimedia codecs and system solution that time, when mobiles were just having capability to take picture of QC resolution. You know what is QC resolution? Anybody idea? It is 176 pixel cross 144 pixel. Okay? Today you have 20 megapixel, 40 megapixel, 50 megapixel, and this is just 1/10 of 1 megapixel type of size. So camera in mobile was just coming. From your just beep tone to ringtone was coming. MP3 decoder was getting developed. So we were first one to develop software decoder for MP3 and license it to Nokia. Nokia was #1 mobile OEM that time. Okay, so it is not that easy to license to Nokia in year 2003 I'm talking about. So we started a software development product company. We developed every audio and video codec that you can know in that organization, from MPEG 2, MPEG 3, MPEG 4, S264, S.263, AMR, AAC, QKIL, PBRC, MP3, MIDI, anything and everything codec that you can give, we can develop. We are 7 co-founders. We have been working together from last 20 years in different organizations, 3 organizations that we did. So as a product company, India has largest IT services company. As a product company, we were the one who were charging almost more than $1 royalty per codec. So if you take 10 codec, $10 royalty we are getting on the mobile. We were the first one to develop QVGA playback at 25 fps or 30 fps, QVGA, which is 640/480 cross. We are the first one to take 1 megapixel image capture on mobile in less than 1 second. That time. It was a challenge because the moment you take picture, the person would have moved. If it is more than 1 second, so it was a real challenge how to take 1 megapixel camera picture image without disturbing the frame. And why it was challenge? Because we were doing JPEG. The hardware that we had was running at 200 megahertz. ARM processor running at 200 megahertz. And there was a DSP processor which was having only 110 kilobytes of shared memory. Okay? And DSP was running at 30 megahertz. Now you have to take 1 megapixel image. So you take whatever 1 megapixel image and transfer the raw buffer from ARM processor to DSP. And we have 110 odd kb to transfer it. So you take almost 8-10 cycles to transfer, and then you have to encode and get the data back, right? So challenge is that how can you transfer data and that gets encoded and get the encoded buffer back. Again transfer data, get encoded and get the buffer back. And it takes more than 1 second time, and we were on to solve less than 1 second. So that is how that company went. That company got acquired in 2005. By that time, we had 90% of mobile market share with us. Any OEM that you name it was our customer, from Samsung, STC, Nokia, Panasonic, anyone who is making mobile on Windows Mobile and Symbian had our multimedia solution. So that is a product story that we did. So after acquisition 2005, we started another company in 2006, and that company name is Path Partner Technology. So in Path Partner Technology, our vision was to make a product plus service company. We are very clear that multimedia codec, that whatever we are making, that will go into the service market, because all our competitors were getting acquired. Okay, we were having a striking distance to get into Android platform. Top 2 multimedia vendors was one Emused, another US company, and Google chose to go with US company. So with that striking distance. So it was clear that OEMs and chipset companies have to acquire this knowledge base, because we are doing it so good. So we started a company. From day one, we had Texas Instruments as customer, because they are facing the pain. Now this company got acquired, who will go back and develop the codec for us? So we started developing the codecs, but our idea was to make a phone, media phone. So whatever you see Amazon Alexa today, right, in the home, we had the same vision to make a video device. So we were clear that these landlines will go off from the homes and everybody will have the IP phone to do. We started developing that. We were the first one in India to download the Android code on day one and build a platform using Android on the ARM processor, a complete media phone platform. We did it showcased to OEMs. Unfortunately, rather than taking from us, they developed their own products, and that is where the tablet market opened up completely. In India, getting funding for the hardware business is very tough, because nobody believes that we will be successful. And we were the first one to try to do that part, but we are parallelly doing the services. So we stopped that product and we moved into automotive product development, again software-based codecs, dash cam, and all those journey happened. We built a company of 500 plus engineers, got acquired by KPIT. So we sold a product company separate that got acquired by Lighthouse. Services was sold to KPIT. So 3 journey of successful entrepreneurship I have done it. Now throughout of this journey, we take pride that we have almost given 2,000 plus multimedia engineers to the industry. Pioneer industry, because we were the first one to develop software codec. When people didn't know what is software codec and mobiles will have camera and video mobile, nobody was having this idea. Right? From that part we gave, and we have built very good talent base. I am passionate working with freshers. Okay, I get involved in hiring plus training. The reason being that I always say that your entrepreneurship journey is successful only if you can generate the job, right? There is no point having a business if that business is not generating the employment. If any business has any other purpose than generating employment, government should close that business, to be very frank. There is no point in doing it. Our forefathers were not having business. My father was a teacher, my grandfather was a farmer. I come from Bihar. Okay, my village got first electricity in 2016 after Modi ji came to the power. I come from that background, and I learned English in class 6. ABCD I started in class 6, not pre-KG, LKG, UKG. So I cannot have any other vision for a business than generating employment, right? Buying an Audi, buying a BMW is a byproduct of it. Having wealth, buying apartment and other things is a byproduct. But main product has to be doing the business, create the employment. If 7 of us are there, all of us are from different states. From Assam, Tripura, Bengal, Andhra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all the places we belong to, Bihar, UP, Odisha, and all 7 of us are together from last 20 years. The reason being that not single of us has a vision to own BMW or Audi, right? Not single of us has come from a business family. All of our teachers, my fathers are teachers or the teaching background. 7 of us. None of them are rich from this. So we never had a thought process that we'll make a lot of money or this thing, but we had very clear that whatever technology that we'll do, we'll be passionate about technology. We want to do best of the technology products and services and give best of the talent to them. In that drive, I get involved into doing this. So when KPIT acquired Path Partner because of the talent, services business, you don't get anything other than talent. So first thing, KPIT CEO came and saw that and then said that how have you done this? What is your recipe of making so good talent? Because you have better than your customers' talent. Now Path Partner is a company, we are a small company, 500, 600 people, right? Why Google and Amazon will work with us? We had Amazon as a customer, we had Meta as a customer, we had Google as a customer. What is that we are bringing something different that they will become our customer, right? So I used to tell that my customer will come to me only in 2 reasons. When their captive center says that we can't do it, right? They have captive centers in India. TI has its own center, Qualcomm has its own center, Amazon has so many engineers, Facebook has engineers. When their center says that we cannot do it, they'll come to us. If they can do on their own, there is no point in coming to us. When they will say that they can't do it, when they don't know how to do it, right? Then what will say? Or the timeline is so demanding that they don't want to take rigor. Right? They have a safe job, everybody is getting money. So in these 2 situations, they will come to us. And in both the situations, it is going to be challenging for us. We have to take up the challenge and solve it. We cannot have average performers in our organization to take up this challenge. If somebody is not passionate to work, that will not work out. And that is where I get involved. And when I used to hire talent, freshers, I have different methods. Completely, people say that you have madness in your methods, right? You spot pay, you take decision, something which is not defined in the rules, regulation. So in one of the campus I went, and one girl was rejected by the interview panel. Okay, so she told that I want to meet sir. She was knowing my name. I want to meet him because senior has told that if you don't get selected, talk to him, right? He will do something for you. So she came back, I want to talk to you. I said, tell me, what is it you want? She told that, sir, I have not sat for any campus interview waiting for your company to come. Okay? Now I know that I have not performed well and I am not getting selected. But I have passion. Whatever you decide, you give me a job, I will prove you in the office. Then I said that, okay, if you are so passionate about my company, I am giving offer of 4.5 lakh euro batch. I will give you 3.5. Will you join? Right? Knowing very well that your friends will get 4.5, but I will give you 3.5. Will you join? She said that don't give me salary also, I will join. Because I am waiting for your company only to come and join. I told all the guys who rejected them that she is had. They got offended. That what? Why you have called us, brought it here, you have taken test, interview, and then you are saying that you are hiring, then there is no point for us to come. I said that don't worry, there are so many other guys you are hiring. Now, one person you have rejected, one person I am hiring. Itna to founder बनने का होना चाहिए, right? I will take her. She came and within 1 year, she got the highest salary in her batch. So when the batch went from 4.5 to 7, she went from 3.5 to 7. And today also she is performing really well. So people ask me that what is that you find this? They say that see someone has taken so much risk that it is either path partner or nothing. Right? If she is taking that risk, she knows what she is taking it. Hire. ये पैशन के लिए hire करता है. And then we'll train because what is big deal? Right? I always tell people that programming is one area where you don't need any degree. Okay? You don't need any degree. This is the only place. And you know, I was in graduation, I developed a software for a school. There was no money given, nothing. And for that development, I am from BHU, Banaras Hindu University. We went to Jamshedpur, okay, my friend's place, sat for 5 days, we developed the software and gave it to the school. No degree, okay. When I went to US, my first customer assignment, not a single team member in US was a computer science graduate. Not a single one. The best programmer was dropped out from +2 and dropped out from US Navy. Like retired from US Navy, +2 guy. He was the best programmer in the organization. The best UI programmer in that team was a person who joined that company as an office boy to do the packaging. Okay, he joined office boys to do the packaging. The product that we were developing, he was just doing packaging. From that job, he learned Visual Basic and became the best user interface programmer. So in US, you will not find anyone asking you the degree, what degree you have for the job that you have. This is the job, this is the salary. You come here, pass interview, you are selected. But in India, we need to have degree, right? So people ask that why there is so much option. They say that we have 140 crore people, right? If I remove this degree criteria, then what will happen? 1 crore people will come to give interview. How will I handle it? So all these entry barriers or your marks, your degree is because we cannot go and handle the mass. Otherwise, you don't need it. The first company, I started my career in Trivandrum, the first company that I was working with, only one engineer was BTech. The director was diploma holder. The best programmer was a lawyer. Another was a teacher. Okay, and they were doing extremely good. And that time in 99, 2000, anyway, India was not having IT engineers. So it was like you do any course and get back to do that, you will be able to do it. So I've seen the transformation. So I understand what is needed for a software developer to become a real developer. The first thing that you need is passion, right? And Sai has put that code, sleep, code, right? That's what I tell everyone. Eat, drink, sleep, code. उसके अलावा कुछ भी नहीं है. If you can't wake up at 2 o'clock to solve a problem, right? Then you are not in the right way. Today I got late. I was telling Sai that today I got late 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Why I got late? I develop write code every day. This is not my job profile. I'm vice president, doing L&D function, head of the function. I don't need to do all these things. But coding is so close to my heart that every day I write code. Something or other I'll do that. Or read the book. You'll find C++ book or Python book, any language book will be there in my bag whenever I'm traveling. So I develop algorithms which runs on the stock market for the trading. Okay, that is my separate, other than all this job. So yesterday, for the event that is there, day before yesterday or something, I changed the code and it broke down yesterday. Now I have put a lot of capital on that algorithm. It is not a small capital that, okay, it is fine if it is broken. So yesterday it broke again. I sat down and realized that what is the error that happens. Just fix some variables and then let it go. I said that today morning I'll wake up and write the code. So I reached home at 12 o'clock night yesterday, and then because I was taking an auntie place, she will come and talk. So talk went till 2 o'clock and slept. And I'm not able to sleep, but I can't say that I want to code now, right? Because people say the crazy person it is. 7 o'clock I woke up. First thing I did is laptop open, first fix all the bugs that is there. Because today again I have to come here. I don't want a situation where I'm on the way taking sessions and Algo has bug and then you are losing money. Because it's the real money that you have put on the table. So that is the passion I wake up every day to code. If I'm leaving my office and everybody come back and say that I'm facing this bug, can you help? I'll drop my bag, first work on the bug, then go to home. Okay, because that is the most passionate thing. Programming is the best thing that you can get in this country. and without any pressure. People ask me that work-life balance. Okay, you have heard this line,
Yes.
work-life balance?
Yes.
I always say that there is nothing called work-life balance for me. Okay, so it becomes that you are a workaholic. I'm not that person. I balance my office hours and family hours. It is not work and life. Balance between office and family. Because coding is my life. Right? So if this is my life, I cannot go back and balance it out. रात के 2 बजे बैठ के करना है तो करना है. And I have Guinness World Record. I have been part of Guinness World Record. Microsoft did an event in Bangalore. You were supposed to code for 24 hours. They did a Guinness World Record. But I started afternoon, second day afternoon only it finished. And 24 hours you have to code. You can't sleep. You can't go out of the area. They had put the bean bags and tables and chairs. You have to sit down and code. They were running music, events, everything was there. And I was part of that event to code 24 hours continuously. We were the first one to submit the app, developed in Microsoft platform, given to the applicant. So that is the ingredient if you want to make a successful career in NCS guys. Right? Question yourself that are you getting the problem in your mind when you are walking? Right? Whatever problem that is coming, if it is not coming, there is some fundamental problem. Are you getting your problem when you are taking bath? Right? Are you solving something in the dream? I still remember there was one ball where whole team was struggling to solve and he had no freaking idea why it is happening. Okay? 1 month, continuous it is in my mind, why it is happening, why it is happening. Every day walk I am thinking, everywhere thinking. And one day, I solved that problem in the sleep. I got like that, oh shit, I have to look into this part. There is some thread which is becoming zombie. Morning 6 o'clock, I started go to office. My wife said that, what is this 6 o'clock you are going? I said, till I don't run this and find out zombie thread, I'm not going to sleep, I'm not going to sit down here. Let me go and see that. I went there, run the program, saw 3 threads leaks. I said that this is what I had. Thought about, went, fixed that, one API call, close handle, some developer has not done, thread was leaking. The moment we did, it is working fine. So get that passion. And this is the best thing. You know, I went to BHU to become IAS officer. That was my dream. My father's dream was to become IAS officer. Any Bihari guy, right? IAS is your ultimate thing to do. But when I went to code, then I realized that my passion lies here, not the IAS feeling, right? So this is what happens, that you realize what is your love for doing. Now, once you are passionate, some capability you need it, not that everybody can do it, right? That is also, you mind it that coding is not everyone's cup of tea. You can do IT job, but not coding. Okay. Now, what is that needed for coding? Second most important skill is problem solving. Once you have passion, you should have problem solving skill. Now, students ask me how to develop this problem solving skill. Okay. So, to develop problem solving skill, first thing that you should do is to have love for mathematics. Because that is where you get the maximum problem to solve. Any other topic you have some amount, but mathematics has infinite problem to solve. Right? So have love for mathematics. Now what if I don't have love for mathematics or I don't know mathematics, what to do? I said that nothing. Today also you take out from class 8th book, solve from class 8th to 12th book. Right? It is not rocket science. Just take from 8th to 12th, solve it and you will learn mathematics. It's not that till you have this number problem, right? Whatever Tare Zameen Par had problem guy, you will be able to do the mathematics. It's not that nobody can learn mathematics, anybody can do mathematics. Okay, and why I say with confidence that when I was a student, my brother and I together scored 50 out of 50. Okay, my brother is 3 years younger to me. So teacher, my father was principal in that school. My teacher came and told that, you know, sir, both of your sons together have got 50 out of 50. Now there is nothing to pride enough, right? Two together are 50. I got 48, he got 2 marks. So I was in 12, I got 48, he got 2 marks. Then the brother who got 2 marks, he has so much of fear for mathematics, and from there he learned mathematics, passed it. He's working in pharma in Mumbai only. So he's in Mumbai only, working in pharma. So if he can learn from 2 marks to +2 and 10, 12 science, right? Anybody can do it. But what I did, when he came to me crying, saying that, brother, I want to learn mathematics now, enough is enough. This 2 marks has hurted my ego. I said, nothing, you are in class 8, go back to class 5th, take out the book, take all book from class 5th, 6th, 7th. We'll start from addition, subtraction, multiplication. From there we'll do it. Every 3 months we'll complete 1 book. Don't worry about 8th class where it is going. Anyway, 2 marks. What will be next? 0. Right? 2 to 0 is no digression. Nobody will ask you. We started doing this. By the time 10th came, he was on track. So any of you have fear of mathematics, get out of it. Okay? So I tell that take all the books, solve it. Second, take R.S. Agarwal book and solve all the R.S. Agarwal book from class 8 to 12th. All the analytical reasoning book, solve it. Okay? Now once you solve this, R.S. Agarwal book, which will have analytical skill to do, there is something called operation research paper. Okay, I don't know, you may not be there in your syllabus, but general engineering syllabus, if you see, everybody will have a chapter on operation research. I'll talk to Sai. We should bring that course. Okay, what that course says is that how you are going to do resource optimization in any problem. Okay, it is all linear programming, no quadratic, nothing. But linear programming where you have n number of equations, n number of variables. Now you may have less number of equations, more number of variables, or you may have more number of equations, less number of variables, but you will have to solve this. So either you are going to maximize something or you are going to minimize something. So maximize the profit, minimize the loss, right? Maximize the return, minimize the risk, anything that you take it. So now you will have a problem statement of transportation. Like suppose I have warehouses. In one warehouse I keep this item, in another warehouse I keep this item. I am running a shop. Which warehouse should fill my shop? From where which item should come? My inventory is going down. So inventory management, transport management, scheduling algorithm, all these problems you can learn to solve. Okay? Buy book, operation research book from any BTech course. Solve all those problem statements. Right? So scope is very simple. R.S. Agarwal books from class 8 to 12th. You are not learning calculation, integration, and all this linear algebra, all those is not something to learn. Because this is not going to use. But linear programming with multiple variables and having solved. Now when you solve this, there is a simple way of solving, graphical method and method. Second is that in Excel, there is a module called solver. Okay? You take the solver can solve you all these problems. Okay, so now nobody is going and doing solving with a mathematical hand. But if you know how to do with solver, you can define all the variables, you can define all the equations and solve it. Your learning will be there, and after that, nobody can stop you in solve any problem that is given to you. Okay? Now, third steps comes to programming. So now I am passionate, I know problem solving. Third step is to programming. In programming, first I will learn the language. Okay? Which language to learn? That is question comes. I always tell that people start with C programming language. Okay? Now in C programming language, or you start CPP programming language, you guys have CPP. Why we introduce CPP for you? Because C programming is a subset of CPP. Okay? Why CPP and C language I tell people? C language was used by all scientists and geeks when there were no geeks, right? So this is a language where you will not find many of libraries available. You have to write your own code. So you have to write length of the variable, length of a string also, you have to write your function. Concatenation also, you have to write the function. In all the higher languages, you just do one string plus another string, it adds. But in C, you can't say plus. There is no operator overloading. Right? So that opens up a lot of thought process to code. Okay? Second thing in C language is that you have to do proper memory management. Right? Malloc free, you have to allocate proper time, you have to deallocate proper, otherwise there will be memory leak. So if you have this problem statement, you'll be really good programmer to do it. Third thing is low level programming. So you need to optimize it for the CPU speed, you need to optimize it for battery, right? And then once you learn this C programming well, what is meaning of learning this C programming well is that you should solve Cunningham and Ritchie book thoroughly. Who is Cunningham and Ritchie? They are the author of C language, KNR. Okay? So there is book from them itself, Programming in C. You should buy that book and solve every question of that. Okay? Now when you solve every question of that book and you solve all the topics of this one, then you are a good C programmer. Defined, clearly defined. Now once you do the C programming, you go to object-oriented programming. That is where you learn C++. Once you have learned C++, how to progress in C++? If you are new in programming object-oriented, buy a book from Balaguru Swami. All simple programs, very simple to understand. You can do all the codes of Balaguru Swami, Indian author. But when you are doing Balaguru Swami, parallelly you should buy a book from Strestov. Who is Strestov? He is author of C++, right? His book almost this size will be. Okay? Buy it and keep it as a Gita in your library. Whenever you feel low, read it. Whenever you feel high, read it. Right? Every time that you read that book, you will learn something new. Guaranteed. Today also I read that book and I learned something new after 24 years also. Okay? Anytime you open that book and realize, oh shit, I didn't understand this line. Now I understand what he is trying to say. And solve every question of that book. So Cunningham and Ritchie, Strestov, you solved it. In your resume, write 100% problem solved on my own of these two books. And if somebody is not hiring you, it is his loss, not your loss. Okay? But both the book solution books are available. Right? Don't go back and buy solution books. Don't go back to Google Uncle to find the solution. Right? And whenever you are coding, make sure that your Wi-Fi is off. Don't code with Wi-Fi on, because that will give you urge to go back and see Stack Overflow or Google to find the code. Right? And extreme guys are ChatGPT. So you go and find ChatGPT answer, then you are closing yourself to thinking. Right? If everything is exhausted and I'm not able to solve, I'll give break of that problem for a month. And then I will go to ChatGPT. Fine? So you got this problem statement that how to problem solving to programming. Everybody understood? Yes. Now, programming any problem statement of mathematical is fine. But ultimately, people will ask you to understand the domain. How to learn the domain, right? For that, computer science guys has to have very strong knowledge of 3 more topics. Okay, one is programming is done. The second most important thing for you is operating system. Okay, not 3, 4 I'll tell you. Second most important thing is operating system. You should be guns and guns on operating system. That book mostly people read to pass the exam. Right? Don't do this mistake. Read that word by word to understand operating system. Then take any one operating system, either Linux or Windows. Go deeper into it. Okay? So when you are reading that operating system book, it says kernel. Go back and find out where is Linux kernel. What is meaning of kernel? What is file manager? What is process manager? Operating system Linux is open source. You can really go and see the code in operating system where it is written. Right? And make a target. Then next 4 years, you will be able to contribute at least one bug in Linux Foundation. one bug, right? He's not going to take your code, but take this target that 4 years एक चीज फिक्स करके देने का, और उस चीज को लिखूंगा मैं अपने रिज्यूम में. So now operating system is sorted out. Clear to everyone? Second book that I am going to read is about computer networks from Tannenbaum. It is there in your course or not there? It is there? So Tannenbaum book, line by line, protocol by protocol, right? Each OCI layer has to be there in my mind. Because I am going to work on networking domain, whatever area that I am going to work. Okay? So computer is done, network is done. The third book that I am going to read is a book called Computer Architecture by Kai Hwang. Okay? That book is generally read by ECE guys. That book is read by ECE guys, but computer science guys should read that book. That will give you knowledge about the hardware. What is your processor, interrupts, everything. So now you know the hardware, you know the operating system, you know the networking. Okay? The fourth book that you are going to read is Software Engineering by Pressman. Okay? So I have got my skill to write the code, debug the code, right? I know problem solving, I am going to code it. I want to know how industry creates a problem and solves a problem and then follows the way to do it, and that is called software engineering. So software engineering for the traditional method or agile methodology, let's focus on the traditional method, go back and read line by line of that book. Okay? If you are not able to understand, ask your teacher. Next time when I come, I will take sessions on that. Okay?
Yes.
So, 4 books clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Computer science, architecture, networking, software engineering. Now, if you know these 5 things, your job is guaranteed. Nobody can reject you if you have really read these books. And to pass interviews, all these areas you will find FAQ books. All those 5 things I told you: computer architecture, operating system, software engineering, C++, everything will have books, right? FAQ. Just prepare FAQ. Nobody is going to ask you outside of FAQ. Because as an interviewer also, I cannot create question. I am busy with my work. So what I do, I read the FAQ, go back and ask question to you. So if you've done FAQ, it will just, you will know what to answer when question is asked. Not going stray here and there and then getting caught into the interview. Right? That is why you are focused on FAQs. Okay? So FAQs are done, programming is done. Now the skill, you know that you have got the programming skill, you got the knowledge, you got the domain. Now in the domain, if you want to improve upon, you take any stack. C++ you have done, right? Now you take any stack. What is meaning of a stack? A middleware that is there. Suppose you understood that I am very good in networking or very good in Bluetooth. If you want to make a Bluetooth carrier on Bluetooth, take Bluetooth as a stack. Take any open source Bluetooth stack. Blues is one other one in Linux. Linux you'll find everything open source that is available. Go deeper into it. Multimedia, there is a stack called GStreamer framework. Go at GStreamer. Right? Take Boost library from C++. Go deeper into Boost library. Try to understand from the Boost library. So one middleware your resume should have. One language of object oriented. Now you choose C++ or Java, whatever you are good at. C programming is fundamentally there. Right? Now the other skill that industry looks for is about self-learning. Because once you are out of here, you go to industry. After that, nobody is going to teach you like this. You will not get time. But every 2 years, new technology will keep coming. And I cannot send my engineer 6 months, go back and learn and come back, go back and learn, come back. So maximum you will get 2 days of workshop, 2 days of sessions, and you have to pick up and learn. How can I learn it? So I have to develop a skill of self-learning. Okay? Now what I tell that if you want to develop a learning of self-skill, take any programming language which is not taught in your syllabus, no trainer, no instructor, you take on your own, learn the programming language, code same problem statement. Suppose you have taken object-oriented programming language. Whatever list of problems are there, take that, solve in that programming language. Assuming that you are taking Python in object-oriented, you are taking Java, just go and solve all this list of problem statement in the Java or Python on your own. If you can do that, you are ready for industry. From tomorrow, you can be put into the project. You don't need to have any training, whatever is required. Right? So what is the programming language you are learning now? C++. Do we have Python in the syllabus?
Yes.
Right? So I'll give you one task. You learn a programming language called Rust. R-U-S-T. Okay? On your own. Don't rely on Sai. Right? I also don't know today, but I'm telling you, if you have learned C++, go back and learn on your own Rust. So Rust.org is there, playground.rust.org is there, all those internet is there, right? To do learning. And why Rust? Because Rust is going to be very important programming language going forward wherever security is there. Safety security is there. So in the car, everywhere it will be useful. Industry has almost no supply of those programming languages. So as a fresher, if you put it that I have learned Rust on my own, and again same problem statement, what to solve? Nothing. Take Balagusami book, take Estrosto book, take Cunningham Ritchie book, same problem statement you solve in Rust. Right? Don't reinvent the wheel. Okay? Now, suppose your aspiration is to go in Google, Microsoft. I told you how to get employed. Right? These are things that will make you employable. You can get from TCS to anywhere that you want. But if your aim is to go to Google and Microsoft, right? Your 1 CR plus package, how to go and get it, right? So if somebody has to pay you 1 CR, something has to be there, right? What is there? Now, the person who is doing CSE in IIT Mumbai, because his seniors has proven to the world that they are geeks, right? From the Nandan Nilekani to all these guys, proven to the world. Hence, 99 lakh rupees package comes because of IIT Mumbai. And 1 lakh is because of the student. Now, here what happens? We don't have IIT Mumbai tag. So you are going to be the seniors who is going to create this IIT Mumbai tag. And I told Sai that let's keep one IIT tick mark every year to move ahead of them. This is what our vision should be. One IIT every year. Now IITs are many, right? It is not only the top 5-6 IITs. But since we are starting from zero, let's just start from IIT Patna, IIT Guwahati, IIT blah blah blah. Take tick mark there, say that we will be ahead of these guys. And how we can be ahead of these guys? Now nobody knows. Sai reached out to me, I understand that, okay, there is a college going on. Can we go back, each one of us, and make a mark? Present, 46 people are there?
Yes.
Right? 46 identity in social media, not in Instagram and not in TikTok. Right? That is not a social media platform to make identity. But assume LinkedIn, make medium.com, any platform you should write blogs. Okay? Technical blocks. Let's take that, right? So each one of us will write a blog. Is it okay to everyone?
Yes.
Now, what is the blog that I write? People say, whatever you are learning in Cunningham Ritchie, that one you write it. Don't worry about what is written there. Worry about that it is consistent. And when you sit on the table, you say that this is the blog that I have written. This is the problem statement that I took it and I solved this like this. Okay? Now, the deeper people, how people say that, okay, this guy is really great versus this guy is average. In any programming language, you take data structure and algorithms. Okay? How good you are into data structure and algorithm is your, how good you package you get it. Simple correlation. Okay? Now once you finish off the Cunningham Ritchie book, you are employable. After that, you take books, like there is some book called Recipe in C, right? You take such books and solve all the problems of a data structure algorithm. And that is where you will get qualified to go and get interviewed or lateral hiring to Amazon, Google, Facebook, whatever it is, right? Farm company. Now, to bring the brand, you are writing the blocks. Second thing, make sure that every competitive environment that you are getting into, any hackathon, any international competition, coding competition, go back and challenge yourself. Don't worry about failure. Because anyway, there is nothing to lose. Right? For us, there is nothing to lose. We are not losing our brand in India. We are creating a brand, and you are the brand to create it. Successful of this institution can come from students, not from the teacher. Right? Not because of Sai it will get famous. Because of you, what you go and produce, output in the company, the brand will get created. So we are going to focus on creating those brands by writing blocks and by becoming part of international competition, passing that. Everybody is in the game,
Yes.
right? And to do that, only thing that I need to do, go deeper in the language, make sure my data and algorithms are very, very clear.
Yes.
Okay? Now the moment you read any data algorithm book, right, buy data structure in C, data structure in C++, n number of books are there, right? Take those algorithms. Once you have understood it, try to go for optimization. Right? Optimize the code. Once you have learned the coding, now you have to question every program that I write, is it taking optimal space? And is it taking optimal CPU cycle? If it not, let me think through and then write the code. And if you are able to write optimal code using algorithm and data structure with all the processing speed as well as you can qualify for any organization. Right? Facebook, Google may not come this year, but all those channels are open. If you are passing competitive coding, your identity is there in market with a LinkedIn or whatever, medium.com, or all these things, blogs, they will come to you. You don't need to go to them. Clear? And once one person goes there, next year they will come here to select it. So you should, every one of you should get registered to the platform called interviewbit.com. Okay? And solve all the problems that is there. That is your identity that is getting developed. Right? When you sit in the resume, you say that this is my page, these are the problems that I solve, this is the marks I got it, you can go back and verify. You don't need to ask me. Okay? And not a single question in interview will be asked outside of a computer architecture, networking, operating system, software engineering. There is no other area somebody asks you. A mental ability, verbal engineering, right? So this is the 5 or 6 topics to learn to work in IT. No more extra, no more this, right? And I have told them operation research to solve, right? All the trouble I have told you. Now comes to the problem statement that I want to work in cloud, I want to work in embedded system, I want to be passionate about this. You define your passion. And in that passion area, go back and research more and more, study it, right? Now guys say that, okay, I want to become a full stack developer. Do I need to learn C programming? I say that, learn it. Because full stack development become easy. Right? If you know malloc free here, there you don't need to just know new. Now language is saying that don't delete also is fine. Right? You will not, Java guys, you will never ask them that can you optimize this code for CPU cycles, that what is CPU itself. But C programming guys, if you ask, he will tell you that yes, this further can be optimized. The memory can be saved. Runtime it is taking this much, footprint is taking this much, right? So this is what you get if you do C programming or the bottom. Any questions so far? Other than the monologue, you can ask me questions. Yeah.
So while you are like recruiting a fresher, these are the basic things that should be known by a fresher. But like now how the industry is proceeding and you want your company to do good. So when it comes out to a person recruited in the market, after seeing the Indian startup culture, do you think that any person who comes for recruitment or something should have some entrepreneurship skills also?
Good question. So, see, entrepreneurship is skill at the fresher level, only 1% of characteristics comes, right? And I gave example of the girl, right? Risk taking is the biggest skill for the entrepreneur.
Yes.
Right? So if you can show that is at advantage. But that is not your go-getter thing. Everybody will not be Keshav to take it to chalo risk lete. Right? First thing and foremost thing that is being seen influences that whatever you learned, you are able to do it or not. Right? But yes, sooner or 25, 30 years down the line or 10 years down the line, this will become a criteria. Now, where this industry will move, right? That's what you have to look into it. There are always questions that AI will kill programmers' jobs. Right? This is what is buzzword today. So you know what? When I was in college, people used to say the computer will kill the jobs. That was a selling point for politicians to not allow you to learn computer. Right? Politicians used to say that don't learn computer in English. And same politician sends his son to do BTech in Mysore, MTech in Australia. And his son became Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. You understand? And he was screaming on the rooftop saying that English mat paro or computer mat chuo. So, the way it was said that computer will eat out the jobs, it became turnaround, right? Computer only turn around India portion. Had we resisted that, we had been equal to Afghanistan. India would have become Afghanistan after 1991 if economy would have not been opened up, right? Unfortunately, yesterday when I was reading the news that Iran has taken a decision that primary school they will not teach English, right? And I was the one victim of that. They started English in class 6. So whatever was their situation in 1980s, this politician is taking Iran to 80s, right? So any idiot can come back and take you to the 80s. It is very easy for all these things, right? But we should not go. Now second thing is coming with that AI will eat out the job. My answer to it is that no, right? Humans will be replaced by machine only if human has failed the human. Okay? So the task that a human can do, I have given to you. You fail me, then I look for alternative. If you are not failing me, I will not look for alternative. So I give a housemaid, right? On particular day she takes leaves. She doesn't come on time. She is not cleaned properly. Then what happens? Buy a robot which can clean the house. Because she has failed me, I am looking for alternative in machine. Right? So we as a human, if we fail, then people will buy it. And there are some works which humans should not do. Right? Assume that you remove all the camera that is there and put a human. Is it possible to do? Someone is hanging from there, watching everybody who is going, who is coming. So there are things that humans cannot do, and those things has to be done by machine. Yes. Now in AI case, I am going to automate things where my developer is failing me. Release has to happen today, and he has taken break. What to do? Automate it. Right? Now generative AI is going to take a lot of jobs. Yes. Which type of jobs? When there was no value add from the human. Right? There was no value add from the humans. You were getting job because there was no one to do and you were doing it. The generative AI can do it, they will change it. Like scripting. I am speaking something today, script has to generate it. Somebody has to do a transcript it, right? That job will go. I can give this audio to a machine can go back and transform from audio to English, right? If English to audio has to be done, that work will not be there, right? But same English to audio, if it has to be put into Amitabh Bachchan voice, Amitabh is going to ask you bomb to do this. Can AI replace Amitabh Bachchan voice? It can't, right? But it will go formulate. But the moment he can go and file a case, you can't generate my voice.
Oh, very different.
Right? Jhankas has been done by Anil Kapoor, right? Yes. So this is true, that human, if I am this thing, so you can't go back and do this. But there will be job. Job is same, English to audio, but because of Amitabh Bachchan. Now you have to find out what is that you are going to create identity. Now this generative AI, how good it becomes, right? It will become master in creating, because what is it doing? Going to internet and learning some 1 lakh books and getting the answer, right? But somebody has to ask proper question to them. So prompt engineering or understanding what to ask will be there, right? So we are not going to fail there. Now, once it becomes a challenge also, mostly governments are going to put lot of regulations, because see, government makes money from your salary. And if you are not employed, it is going to get a chaotic situation. Right? It is not going to be 140 crore people, lot of unemployed youths, and some people are making killing out of it. That is not going to work out. Right? So government is going to put regulations. Government is going to put lot of taxation on those guys. Working time will reduce to 4 weeks, 4 day a week. Rather than 5 days a week, it will become 4 day a week. So that is what will happen. Human race will produce less childs, because that is what we can't have so many jobs for so many people. That is also will happen, and that is what Elon Musk is taking responsibility that doesn't happen in producing kids, right? But finally, human race will reduce, number will reduce, but quality of life will improve. We'll have 4 days working, but 4 days of quality working will be there. It cannot be that we will not have work and generative AI can do that. Now, whatever AI things that you can think, just put focus. But one suggestion I have, if you are getting kicked to work in ML, DL, AI, right? Don't do just by thinking that if I'm a Python programmer, I'm there. You need to have really good analytical skills and mathematical skill. Without that, don't jump into that field. Because when I go and take interview, people say that I'm interested in ML, DL, and AI. What you have done? Yeah, this is what I've done. You have done? Gone to GitHub, downloaded a project, taken the OpenCV project, done this Python code, and I'm AML. That is not AML. Right? Don't mistaken on that part.
Yes.
Okay? Because it's a different cup of tea. We did a device learning model or MLDL solution for dash cam. Okay? We wanted to put a camera in the car, and that camera will see the driver and find out he is sleeping or not sleeping. We spent 6 years developing the solution. 6 years. Okay? And still it could not reach to 99% accuracy. Because a lot of factors, right? It's darkness, specs, sunglasses, Chinese eyes, Mongolian eyes to Indian eyes to every eyes, right? It is not that easy. And you go back and talk to any college and say, oh, we have done face detection. Right? What is that you did face detection? I got this project and built it, and then first detection, and then I did a number detection, number plate detection. Went to open source, got the project. That is not MLD. Right? If you can't create a model, you are not MLDL. So let's create the model, then you do it. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how can competitions give us an advantage, and what kind of competition should we look forward to participate in?
Competitive exam. So advantage is that you go and write your exam, resume that I was ranked number 1, ranked number 2, ranked number 3, this test, and this test is known. Then I don't need to prove myself. I am from wherever I'm coming, and this is what my right. So when we used to hire from interview grade, used to go and see that which student is performing well. See the top 10 question that he has solved it. What is the time he has taken? Just call that guy. Hey, you are in Bengal. Can you join your company? That's all. No test, nothing. Just interview with questions we used to see and call that guy. By the time we used to call, some other guy will call and pick him up. Right? The moment you get first offer, after that, they'll pile up your offer. Because then you'll go with confidence that I have 6 lakh from this company, and then other company say that I'll give you 8 lakh. So this is what gives the competition. What type of competition? Any international competition is a good competition. Right? National is first and then international. Yeah.
So you gave that example of the girl that was joining a company, and then you stated there are some challenges that need to be covered, and for people who are passionate to cover those challenges or to work on those challenges, does salary matter post BTech?
No, I'll tell you, first 4 years you should not look for salary. Okay? First 4 years salary is not at all important. I'll give my example. I started my career in Trivandrum. I was earning less than my father's driver salary. Driver was earning more than me. Okay, my father was a government principal, he has a driver, and he was earning what? Within 1.5 years, I was earning twice of the principal salary. You should not. This is a field where salary should be like, don't give money, but if you give me a project where I can really showcase my talent and learn something, then I'm done. I started my career in Trivandrum. There were only 2 Bihari in whole Kerala Trivandrum, right? Not knowing anyone. We had no social life. So to feel the social life, we used to go to cinema hall every Friday, watch the movie, and if movie is good, watch for 3 shows. Right? 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12. We have done this, Curiosity. DDLJ 3 shows continuous, I have seen it. Right? If you don't like, again go to Monday, Tuesday, because there is nothing that you can do. No one, hearing Hindi itself is a bonus for you. Right? Nobody is talking Hindi, and that is how you learn. So I used to work in that office from 11 a.m. morning to 2:30 a.m. morning. This was my office hour. First year of my job. My father was not knowing that I am doing this. So that time, there was software called ICQ, okay, which now your WhatsApp and other thing is there, right? ICQ was software which was used for the chatting. So worldwide, people started calling landline through the IP phone. In India, it was banned. You can't do this because of, again, all these operators going to government saying that we have put so much of money and then you allow these guys, then we are going to lose the money, blah, 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 all those things. So this was a illegal thing. But we got to know that ICP through, you can do it. We are so excited that I called my father's landline at 2:30 a.m. Okay, just to check it. And then my father picked up and said that 2:30 you are calling? What happened? Some serious problem, right? Your son is in Kerala, you are in Bihar. Something must have happened. I said, nothing, I wanted to check a software. And I'm like, idiot, you are 2:30, you are checking a software to find it out. And then he called me and said that better you return, right? If this is what you are doing, then you return. But trust me, the 1 year time that I spent with the director, because morning time I was working project number 1, afternoon project number 2, and evening project number 3. I was not going anything extra paid. There was no extra payment for me. But just to learn from the director, I used to be in the office. So 2:30 he will sleep, and we had mattress to sleep in the office itself. 2:30 will sleep in office. 8 o'clock when girls will start coming, we'll go to home. Go to home, take bath, again 11 o'clock we are back in the office. And this is continuous 1 year I have done it. Okay? Yeah, madam.
So, good afternoon. I have a question regarding internship. Like, does really internship matters? And secondly, what kind of internship should we guys look for?
Good question. So I'll give you a realistic answer. Internship is most abused in IT industry process. Okay? I'm telling you blunt. Because company has no freaking idea what they want to get it done in 1 month or 2 months. Right? You see the dichotomy of the industry. They don't know what to get it done from the employee, whom they are paying it. Right? And then they go and say that. So internship is the playground to hunt the talent for the good colleges. Now suppose I want to hire a IIT Bombay guy. I know that he has a choice from Google, Meta, Microsoft. All 3 guys are competing. How these guys can convince that guy to join my company? These are only 3 competing guys. Right? So Microsoft says that you come and become an intern here, I'll give you 1.5 lakh. This is charity money given to him. It is nothing to do with that he is going to do something great. Just give him so that he joins me. So Google said that no, I'll give you 2 lakh rupees. Meta said that, oh, forget it here, I come to US only, I'll give you 5 lakh rupees. This is all for spotting the good talent. But you cannot do anything good in 1 month in the industry. This is what happens. Now, KPIT CTO has told me that, can you solve this problem statement for internship? I told that I will create 100 problems which a fresher can solve, but they don't need to come to KPIT office. I will work with the assistant professor in the college, make a team there, and you do an internship there. If you want to learn something, if your purpose is to make money and come to see that how IT engineer passes a time in office from 9 to 5, then you are most welcome to come. Right? You can go in cafeteria, you can go for smoke, you can go for talk, all these things. You know average hour of working for IT engineer in office? Can you get? Productive hours is 1 hour 15 minutes. Out of 8 hours. Productive hours is 1 hour 15 minutes. Every lines of code written by IT engineer, can you guess? Every lines of code?
84.
Huh?
84. 84.
84. 11 lines of code. In automotive, it is 3 lines of code. Because you don't need to write code, man. The more code you write, the probability of car crashing is higher. Right? So write less code, test more, define the well-defined, right? All those things are there. So we are in the industry, and that's why working from home, working from anywhere, then no company has gone bust because employees working from anywhere, right? Why? Because anyway productive hour is 1.5 and 2 hours. What is that you are going to do? 4 hours you are going to do. So like in junior batch, when you are there in the first year, second year, you may work more because you are learning more. You are not giving productive hours. Right? The moment I am a tech lead, a senior tech lead architect, after that my एक कोड को रिव्यू किया तो काफी है दिन भर में, 4 लाइन का बग फिक्स किया तो काफी है, right? So internship, what you should look for if you are getting opportunity for the exposure, rubbing the shoulder with the professional. This is the only thing that you get output from the internship. Okay. See, for learning any skill, minimum hours spent should be 10,000 hours.
Yep.
Mean any skill, right? Now you go back and multiply that how many years you need for 10,000 hours. But I can tell you that if you are able to write 10,000 lines of code in next 4 years, you are good to go. Write on your resume 10,000 lines of code I have written, different codes. Not that एक ही program को लेके solve किया तो नहीं, right? But if you can solve 10,000 lines or write 10,000 lines of code, that is good enough. Somebody else has raised the hand. Yeah. You won't.
Sir, so what inspired you to take up the entrepreneurial journey?
Me? Okay. So I told you, right? I come from a very humble background. Okay. So when we did the product company, we were not investor in the company, but everything was run by us. So from year 2003, I don't have any boss to report, and I joined that company as senior software engineer. There was only a fresher in my team. I have achieved $3.5 million revenue with only 13 people. People say that, oh, services company, product company. You go back and look into PPR in 2002, 2003, having 3 million revenue with 13 freshers, only one senior, I am the senior one. Right? 90% market share in the Windows Mobile market. That's what I achieved. So, and it is not inspiration. In BHU only I used to tell that I will run the company. Right? BHU itself, people say that kya idiot bolta hai? I will run the company. Period. And that's why I went to Jamshedpur to develop a software using my own pocket money to go there. Because there's no college was not going to pay us, school was not going to pay us. So that was the passion. I joined BHU for IAS, but went into programming. Once I went into programming, this was my life. So when we thought of doing this company, idea was that whatever product we did, services will be there. There's a market that is needed, and we can all together make wonderful thing. And when I started Path Partner as an investor, founder, whatever it is, I had only 5 lakh rupees in my pocket, 12 lakh rupees loan, 1 car, and a pregnant wife to take care of birth also, right? You don't have medical insurance also. And people say that, what crazy you have done. So my mother asked me that what will happen if this is not successful. That is a doubt she had, right? I said that, see, I am son of a teacher. Right? कुछ भी नहीं होता पढ़ा के तो पैसा का काम हो. This is given, right? That is in my blood. I can teach any topic, complex topic in the easiest way. People can understand. Right? That is a skill that they करते. So that risk taking and self belief has to be there to become entrepreneur. Like in KPIT also, people say that you don't fear anyone. Right? I told them that, see, if KPIT asks me to go, tomorrow only I'll start the company. Right? So between my next venture, it is only KPIT decision to decide. Because I have a signed bond that I have to complete 3 years there. It's only, for me, only thing I have to do is create a company. Otherwise, algorithm is running. Same algorithm, I have to scale it up and put it there. My business is ready. Right? I don't need to create a business also. Code, everything is ready. It is running on my capital. I have to start scaling it up. That is what has to be done. So take this. Yeah.
So I have a couple of questions. First one was, you mentioned about funding in the previous time. So now as startup has evolved so much, we have VCs, angel investors, and private equity. But that day, like in the previous time, how would you like take up capital?
See, today also there is no capital for a startup. Let's put in your mind, right? all these guys, the smart guys, from VC guys to private equity guy, they'll come to you to fund only when you are successful.
Yeah.
Don't mind it that these guys are going to give you capital. Nobody is going to give you capital. A little. If you are successful, then everybody will give the capital. Right? And that is where you have to say that no, I don't need capital. Right? You know the company called Zerodha?
Yes.
Everyone in the earth is asking Nitin Kamath, मेरा पैसा ले लो. And he's saying that I don't need your money because I'm 2,500 crore profit तो मैं इसे ही बना देता हूँ. He didn't take money from anyone and rebuild it. So ideally, as an entrepreneur, you should not take anyone's money. Have 99% stake in the company. Give 1% to dog that you are keeping it. Right? That is the ideal situation of entrepreneurship. Don't look for anyone's capital. Nobody is going to give capital. When you need the capital most, no one will give you the capital. No one. In Path Partner also, we started. We had not that much capital. I told you, right? 5 lakh rupees pocket में salary नहीं, salary देना, all sorts of things. We struggled 2 years तक salary नहीं लिया, हमने बहुत सारा struggle किया करने के लिए. We went to get a working capital loan. Working capital loan is what? You have guaranteed business. That PO you give it to the banks and then they give loan to you. Right? So they are taking zero risk. Right? उसको बात करने गया तो जो जनरल मैनेजर asked me हमारे लिए क्या है? When he asked us that हमारे लिए क्या है, तुमने बोला कि आपके लिए तो पानी है, चाय है, कॉफी है, आप देख लो आप क्या करना है. कोई देता नहीं, बैंक भी नहीं देता. And वही बैंक if you become Adani, they will give you money if you blow it off anywhere. So this is the reason of entrepreneurship, that no ecosystem other than your family and friends and your own capability, nobody is going to support you. Right? And if you can get really his answer to support you. That is what it is. Right? So make sure that you are capable, you are ready to put money on the table. What was the other question?
You mentioned about algo trading also, that you are an algo trader also by mentioning. So is algo trading efficient and is it reliable? Because 91% of the traders lose money while they are dealing with FNOs or futures. So
see, till you don't have 90% at ETF, 9% will not make money. Right? It's a zero-sum game.
yeah.
So zero-sum game, you can make money only if you have idiots in the line. It is not that everybody can make money. If I make a business, most of the people make money, right?
Yes.
So it's not zero-sum game. But trading is a zero-sum game. You need losers to become winners. Now algo trading is going to be as, yes, that because of that only I am making money. If it is not algo trading, I would have not made money. Right? Because my machine is better than the human that is going to do. Right? It is going to take orders, it is going to put a stop loss, like it is going to find which is the good place to entry and which place is bad place to entry, right? And that is what the edge is. Right? I want to be the 1% of those 9% also.
Yes.
Period. And that, I have read 600 technical analysis books to write the algorithm. It's not 1 or 2 books, 600 books I have read, e-books and other things. There is an interview in YouTube, you can search Facebook with KK. Right? Not Facebook, face to face with KK. If you search, there's a face-to-face interview done by Greg Bajaj. He brings all the people. So one of the algorithms of investing I have given there, which has given return better than the Nifty returns. Last 10 years backtest data says that it has given 18% returns. Only investing in Nifty base, bank base and gold base.
Yes.
These 3 instruments only, it has given returns more than 18% CSR. And whenever anybody comes to me asking that can you help me, can you suggest any stock name, I say that you go and watch that video. If you can practice that 1 year, then only I will tell you everything else. If you can't, then you are not in that. Because I know that I'll tell you something, you go and buy it, tomorrow it gets to 20% down, you come and curse me. That is not how stock market works. So stock market is really a place for good mathematical background guys.
Technical analysis.
Right? I was not knowing options. I started learning options 1.5 years back. Today I have algorithm which gives return of 60% yearly. 1 year. And you'll be surprised to know, you'll go and look up, say, oh, this strategy, that strategy, nothing. Only strangle is what I do. Only strangle.
Not even indicators.
Huh?
Not even indicators.
no indicators, only strangles on the price section, whatever it is there, and nothing else. Either it takes a stop loss or close the deal. Right? So this is what it does. No calendar, nothing, no ratio spread, this, that. People come back, oh, yes, ye karo, wo karo, nothing. Strangle. Period. That is what it does. And some tail goes after it.
So, like, can you discuss about current projects or initiatives that KPIT Tech is working on, like related to AI and robotics?
Okay, so we are only company in automotive world, right? We are not in on anything, and we work only with top 25 OEMs and tiers 1, like Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, Renault, Honda. So we are only focused on automotive. Now AI ML is just picking up, cloud is picking up in automotive world. Okay, very early stage, but it will come. Now it will come very heavily in the car, because the purpose of each OEM is to make the car safest. Our vision is like reimagine mobility with you for a cleaner, safer, smarter world. Right? So we want to make really cars safer, and that is where a lot of algorithms will come, development will happen. Simplest to toughest, I told you, right? Detecting the eye gaze to find out you are attentive, not attentive. From there, we have developed a radar-based algorithm where we can find out if the child is present in the car or not. So child heartbeat and young heartbeat is different. On the front passenger, is that passenger sitting or something else is put there? All these algorithms we have, right? Putting a radar outside, we have found it out that the car that is coming towards you, at what speed, at what distance it is coming, all these algorithms we have developed. So deep algorithm development that is there in the cars.
So should we do any part-time job with this BTech CSE program? Like, would it add any value to us?
So, see, part-time job is subject to the financial condition, right? While studying, I always say people that you should not do job. But if your family condition demands, do job. I have earned and then done my graduation also. I used to teach people and do that because my father was a teacher and that was my passion. I can get out time, but not at the cost of compromising time for you. Okay? And when you are doing job with CS or whatever course you are doing, make sure that it is aligned to this one. Now I am doing BTech CSE and I am doing insurance selling, and that is this is financial thing, nothing to do with. You will not get anything to learn from the doing the job.
Sir, I read the headline that Renault Group has partnered with KPIT for the SDV program. Sir, can you, in brief, explain what is the SDV program?
Good question. So, it's called software defined vehicle. What is SDV? You see, the most famous automotive company today, what is the name of the company?
Yes.
Tesla.
Right? Most famous.
Yes.
This company started 20 years back. Elon Musk has zero background on automotive. Right? He was a PayPal founder and other thing.
Yes.
From zero background automotive to make a best market cap. Right? Market cap of Tesla is sum total of market cap of Maruti, Tata Motors, Volkswagen, Ford Motor, add it.
Yes, yes.
Right? You add all these traditional OEMs, sum total of all market cap is equal to Tesla market.
Tesla.
What he did, right? Question was, so the famous is electrification. Electrification is only change from combustion to electrification, right? But the real innovation is about software that he has done it. He's 15 years ahead of all the people in the car world. Okay, he can develop a car where yearly maintenance of your car is all about wear and tear on the tire and software upgrade. There was almost zero software upgrade in cars. So car, if you see, traditional car of today, it has ECUs, electronic control units, small microprocessors, microcontroller running, connected over wires called CAN controller or LIN, or I mean now people have come with the Ethernet. So lot of wires which transfer less data, ECUs are there. Now ECUs are not compatible, right? If you make a car with taking one ECU from robot boss, one from this guy, It is fixed. That model, 10 years, 20 years, you have to put that ECU only, you can't change it. So people came that if you have to beat Tesla, you have to think like Tesla. Can we develop a platform and software solution using which you can develop a car within a year? Current R&D plus production cycle of car is 10 years. So people are working on 20-30 production now. Conceptualization, right? Now what is that you want to do? Minimize the complete feature set to sell one time. So I give you a car today. Whatever government is making it mandatory, right? Whatever safety compliance is mandatory, I'll give that feature to you. That car will be at 6 lakh rupees. The same car, same hardware, can give me revenue of 6 lakhs to 50 lakh rupees. Okay, how can it give? So I have given you a car, now music system is there. You can go back and choose the music service. You don't want music system? You can say that I don't want to pay for it. Let it be there. Now you realize that I want it. Pay me hourly, yearly, whatever subscription you can do that. You want a rooftop. I have given rooftop, but you are not utilizing it. You don't need to pay for rooftop feature. Because half of the time Mumbai it is raining, other time it is too hot. I cannot open the rooftop and I am paying the rooftop price. Now you suppose that you know that I can use rooftop from September to November time frame, it is right.
Yes.
I will go back and buy subscription of rooftop only from September to November. So you can go back and customize the feature that you want to do. The OEMs will go back and go and give the software update to you so that you can go back and utilize, and that is called software defined vehicle. Okay. So having software defined vehicles, if you have to go for autonomous driving of level 5, that has 330 million lines of code, where you just sit and car drives on its own. If you go to the L5 level, right? If you are not going there, then it's fine. It's like L1. So that is the vision of the industry, that we can create what a smartphone industry did it. Car industry wants to do the same thing by having a software defined vehicle, where plug and play, zonal controller architecture. Suppose I give you all the cameras, 4 cameras are there, right? You need 360-degree view, just buy it. But you don't need it because you are a good driver. You can only work with 1 camera, you pay for 1 camera, right? There are 4 radars outside. You want feature, you get this. If you want child detection to be there in your car, you buy the feature. Now if there is all adults are there, why you are paying for child detection feature, right? That hardware will be there, but software will not be there. So that is what the software defined vehicle is. And Renault, as by the way, was not our customer. Okay, and they became our diamond customer with the first sign itself. So there are 2,000 people we need to work on the software defined vehicle. So in software, IT software services company for automotive, we are 5 years ahead than any provider in the SDV world. That is what we have achieved. Yeah.
Sir, how can we get to intern with you?
Intern with us. Okay, we'll tell Sai sometime that after. But the domain basically for you guys are CS and cloud heavy. We are not there yet. The bulk 80%, 90% revenue is still embedded system. So C programming and core hardware is what maximum investment is there. But yeah, there's one part where disease diagnostics and other things are there. And again, I told you, internship there is developing tools and other things which I can do without you coming there. Other than you want to see Pune campus, which is very good campus. KPIT whole campus is self-sustainable, right? So we'll plan sometime you can visit there and see the campus that they have run. Otherwise, you don't need to come to our company to do the internship. We'll give you the problem step. Yeah.
So question about SEO, like I heard about that you all work, service-oriented architecture that you all have. So when you go forward by service-oriented architecture, you see that it has a lot of problems like time complexity, latency, and all the security risks. So do your company deal with it with the testimonials that you all get, or you all face it and deal it?
No, without SOE you can't do software development. That is the reality. And that is where there is a stack called AutoSAR that has become adaptive AutoSAR because of SOE validation. And then we have to face the complexity and solve it. And that till that those complexities are there, that's why we have job. Yeah, so what was the question?
So, the electrical and conventional powertrain, your website mentioned, it has been in the highlight for the few years due to all the safety and all the challenges it is facing. So what is your take on that?
You have to face it and solve it. There is no take. Like electrification is going to be there, right? It is the reality. Though I'm not big fan of electrification, okay, and I have reasons to tell you. You know why this automotive cars were, when cars were produced first time, Ford and other people did. You know what was the selling point of the cars that time? Can anyone think? Not about transportation, fast and everything. The biggest selling point was this is good for environment. Right? This is good for environment that time. And what was good for environment? People say that all these animals sits on the road, now it will not be there. Right? People are using donkeys and other things like that. These seats will not be there and the roads will be clean. Hence, this is good for environment. What is the selling point for electrification today?
Good for environment.
Right? So then our kids will tell you that idiots, you did not know that what is good for environment. Now, when that was sold, it was good for environment that time. Today also it is good for environment. And what is good for environment? Because electric cars will have less pollution.
Yes.
Right? But to produce 1 kilowatt of electric car or battery, you find out what is that you are doing with the earth. How much mining you are doing. And all those mining equipments are not running on electrification. Right? Those are not going to run on electrification. Now, electric car is going to run on electrification produced by coal plant. Right? If it is going to be sustainable with wind or water or nuclear or whatever XYZ, nuclear also has, nobody knows what is the hazardous thing can happen. Japan, everybody is dropping the nuclear power plants, right? After Japan situation that happened, every country has to stop nuclear power plants because tomorrow war happens. Somebody drops a rocket on your nuclear plant, it becomes a bomb, right? So you have a bomb in a house. So this is not going to be sustainable, but that's fine. World is moving towards that, which is okay, right? Noiseless and pollutionless, that is there. But I'm not a big fan of it because all these batteries, where they will get deposed, all the minerals that is going to come, right? Toxic material that is going to come out of battery, where it is going to go, right? It will be humans only will suffer that. Assume that your farmers are farming on a land where batteries were dumped earlier. So all those lead zincs will come inside your stomach through plants. But that's fine. World is moving. Till there is a money, people will keep doing. Yeah.
Sir, how human can be better than AI? What are your real thoughts on this?
No, human is better than AI because who created AI? Humans. So there is no doubt. But humans can. What are the things that is humans has problem? Right. The biggest problem is emotions. Right. We are bad because of emotions. You remove the emotion from us, we can be as good as a machine. Right. But that is our strength. That is our survival strength. If we don't have humans, doesn't have emotions, we'll kill our kid only to survive. Right? Animals does that. That is why we have. So it's not that AIs are going to be smarter. As I told you, that AIs are going to take place, the job that we are not going to do. That is what will be done by AI. But still, humans will be smarter to create the AI system. I don't think AI is going to be smarter. Yeah.
So there's one fear factor word that revolves around the engineer, that is recession. That comes in every 3 to 4 years.
How many of you know about recession? Recession keyword? Can anybody tell what is meaning of recession? What is economical definition of recession? No idea? This is the fear that has been created to your mind, right?
Yes.
Without knowing the word recession. Recession says that any economy which is going negative growth quarter on quarter is called recession. So if you are growing at 2%, tomorrow you grow at 1%, you are going in recession. Okay. Now, will India go in recession in next 30 years? My answer is no. Right? Modi ji told that we will become third economy.
Yes.
Rahul Gandhi told, आप कुछ नहीं करो तभी बन जाएंगे. Right? मोदी जी told that इनका आर्किटेक्चर देखिए, इनका एटीट्यूड है कि कुछ बिना किए बन जाएंगे. वो सही बोलते हैं. इंडिया में कुछ स्टुपिडिटी करके ही हम लोग नहीं बनेंगे. एंड व्हाट आर द स्टुपिडिटी दैट विल डू? फ्री का बस टिकट, फ्री का चावल, फ्री का दाल, फ्री का दिस, फ्री का दैट, then only will not become. But if politician doesn't do anything, will become 3 trillion to 5 trillion economy without doing anything. Okay? IT industry grew, and I asked people that, do you know why IT industry grew? One of the reason IT industry grew, because 99% netas were against computers, and they had no freaking idea what you can do through computer that time. And 99% IS officers were not knowing what we are doing in the computers. Had they known, they would have not allowed us to become IT industry. They realized that these idiots are earning more than IS salary, and after that they made STPI and all these organizations to regulate it. Kar kya raho tum log? So till they were not knowing, we are growing very, really well, right? So if we are not disturbed by these guys, we will grow. So coming back to recession, if it is going down, then there is a problem. Now any economy that goes into recession, any economy, large economy, right? The first thing that economy will do is war.
Yeah. Raising the oil rates for that.
No, why? Because if you do war, destruction will be there.
Yes.
The moment destruction is there, then you have to reinvest. Because the humans that has seen a good house or car is not going to live like that one. You can see example of Japan.
Yes.
Right? It was built within 50 years like this. So first thing that you go into with war, you find any idiot to find war with. Right? So there will be war economy, recession, all this will be there. Right? I have seen 2008, I have seen 2001, I have seen Corona also. And I was also thinking that, oh, this world will die. Then I realized that no, it is not going to be. So recessions, and recession is there for the people for average salary. 2020 was having huge problem, but it created the best talent market.
KPIT was 80 rupees back then. Today's
So,
current.
so why did it create a talent market? Right? It was a recession. Ideally, it should not have. Right? What the change that happened? So recession, don't worry about that. Recession is for whom? Average people. Right? Recession is average people. And anytime you fear that recession is there, choose 3 fields which is agnostic of recession. Number 1 field, healthcare. Okay? कुछ भी हो जाए, दुकान चलते रहेगा. So healthcare is the one business. Second, teaching. People have to learn, right? Third, entertainment. You know, you go back and look into when Mickey Mouse was developed, when this business game was developed, all those things were developed in the recession time frame. Because when it is recession, people are depressed and people like to do entertainment, right? And then fourth part, anything that can be seen, defined on the earth, will be thriving during recession, right? So daru, cigarette, jua, everything thrives in this. You can choose your field, whatever you want to do. Whenever fear is there with recession, you choose whatever you want, which area you want to make money, right? Multimedia, entertainment, healthcare, whatever you decide, you will make money. Any other question? Yeah.
So how exactly is a KPIT's autonomous driving module different from Tesla's autopilot?
Oh, by the way, we don't develop module on our own and sell to market. We are service providers. We don't do that. The reason being that in car, any software that you develop, the car manufacturer takes the liability on its head. So if car accident happens, you can sue the car company. Okay? And we don't want that liability to on our head. We are very clear. Okay? So no solution we will give where liability will come to KPIT. Now, if your question is how good Tesla ADAS solution is better than Honda, they are just 10 years ahead of Honda or 10 years ahead of Mercedes, right? So that is how the situation is currently. They are far ahead.
So can you provide an overview of the partnership with Honda and the nature of the collaboration?
Oh, it's simple. Basically, Honda wants to do software-defined vehicle. They don't have manpower, they don't have knowledge. We have knowledge, we have the manpower. They partner with us to get the engineering force so that to work on their software-defined vehicle. Everyone. That is what the partnership is. But we are not going to take any liability, right? It's completely zero liability on us. Your software, your car, but we will enable. We'll give you the manpower to do it. Done? Any other question?
Yes. Any other questions? No?
Yeah, front he has question.
Anytime, like in your career, you are feeling that emotions overpower entrepreneurship skills.
Emotions overpowered over?
Overpowered by like entrepreneurship skills, like taking a move.
So we were really disturbed in Corona time, really as an entrepreneur. Because as an entrepreneur, the most challenging day of the month is 30th. Dreadful day. Right? If you ask any entrepreneur, say that remove this from the calendar. This is the day that is giving me sleepless night. Right? So in Corona period, what happened? Because no management guy has any freaking idea how to handle it.
Yeah.
Right? Anybody is giving ज्ञान in Corona, oh this is that is, बोलो कि बस तूने किया नहीं है. Right? उसमें किसी को नहीं पता था, including your Mukesh Ambani also. Right? Mukesh Ambani was making 4,000 crore rupees profit per quarter also stopped the salary hike. Right? वैसे that boss उसको पता नहीं था, हमको क्या पता रहेगा. जो 4,000 crore बना रहा था profit, क्या होता है 4,000 से जीरो होता है. 4,000 crore profit कोई small amount नहीं, जीरो ही होता ना. The guy who is making so much of profit is saying that I don't want to give salary hike because he has no freaking idea where the world is going to be there. कल रहेंगे कि नहीं रहेंगे, ये पूरा 140 करोड़ में 100 करोड़ निकल लेंगे तो 40 करोड़ में तेल क्या बेचेंगे, राइट? ये जियो कौन खरीदेगा, तेल कौन खरीदेगा? इसलिए सबको अंधकार में था. And in that period we lost 50% of revenue. Cut. Every day customers used to come, stop project. And government of India came with a nice idea. सही नहीं, तुम कंपनी से किसी को निकाल नहीं सकते भाई. निकालोगे तो तुमको हम जेल में डालेंगे. सीधा नोटिस था. Right? And you ask any legal guy that this is really threat, they used to say that, you know what, if you want to fight this out, forget about government of India, people will kill you. Right? So this is not tenable, but because government has taken a clause saying that कुछ इमरजेंसी एक्ट का था, उसको डाल दिया तो उसका India has a completely power to do anything to you. You will not able to fight it out. So don't throw them people. Now it becomes so much stressful that every day as a founder we used to have 2 hours call how to survive this. Okay? On top of it, the stress created because of Corona to the employee. Morning to afternoon, my job was only to find out who has got Corona or whose relative has got Corona. Okay? We used to transfer money in employees account रात में 2 बजे, 2:30 बजे, 3 बजे. कभी भी कॉल आया किसी को 5,000 रुपये चाहिए, मेरे मम्मी हॉस्पिटलाइज है, मेरे पापा हॉस्पिटलाइज है, मेरे ससुर हॉस्पिटलाइज, सास, कोई भी रिलेटिव पहले तुम्हारा इंश्योरेंस में लिखा हुआ नाम, उसको बताओ 10 मिनट में तुम्हारे अकाउंट में पैसा ट्रांसफर करेंगे. So this was round the clock stress for us, for the employee. And fourth was that our own relatives are dying. I lost 3 relatives in the Corona phase 2. Right? So that was the time where we realized that यार बंद करते दुकान. Right? That is where really we gave up on the thought कि आगे लेके जाने का. बहुत 15 साल 16 साल किया. And realization comes in, you are seeing people dying यार, तो फायदा क्या करती है? Right? Whatever you are doing, now we feel proud कि at least survive किए, किसी का नौकरी से नहीं निकाले. We took a decision that we will not throw anyone from the office. We took a decision that we will not cut salary of the people who are earning less than 6 lakhs. We took maximum salary cut at the management level. We took maximum duration of salary cut with us. But unfortunately, what happened, you know, when market opened up, we lost maximum people whose salary cut was not done. They were the first one to run away. And that is where the companies have learned. Because next time, employee को trust नहीं करना. This is what demanded was there, but we did it. The first people to leave the company were people whose salary was not cut. Because there was a market opening and talent pool was there. All these guys offboarded faster. That was an unfortunate thing, but that was the only time when it was like Really stressful. Initial days when we were not getting salary, it was not stressful. We used to manage somehow to pay salary, that is okay. But after 15 years, 10 years, it was really tough.
So what is the one biggest lesson you learned in your whole entrepreneurship journey that you would like to share?
And so biggest mistake, entrepreneurship journey, you don't make mistake because everything is learning, right? But the regret that I have is that I could have done far better than whatever I have achieved, right? That is the regret I have. If I have to do really same thing, I have to go back and do that, I would have been more aggressive in growing the business, right? But again, we had a very clear cut, our thought process in all 7 co-founders, that we will not run for business at the cost of our health. तो ऐसा किसी दिन नहीं था कि मेरे को सोने में नींद नहीं आ रही है, नहीं वो नहीं, राइट? सो वट एवर लिव लाइक, बट अगर करना होता तो उसी को एग्रेसिव किया होता, तो और बड़ा कर सकते थे जितना किया. दैट इज द ओनली रिग्रेट.
Last question. Sir, what is the next big thing we can expect from KPI India or now?
Next big thing that we want to do as a KPI is that we want to grow our revenue to 3x, manpower to 2x, and we want to make the safest car in the earth. Right? That's what our vision is. It may come from Honda or Renault or whoever it is, but that is what we want to achieve.
Thanks a lot, sir. Sir, any questions that you want to ask there?
My question will be that you, whoever wants to tell your team what is that you want to achieve and why you have joined this course. What is the purpose of it? Other than your parents sending it here, right? That is default reason, that is fine. But what is that you want to achieve? Anybody who can speak.
So first, my dad and I met Sai sir. So first was Sai sir because the vision that he had like intrigued me for the passion that I have, because I also want to be an entrepreneur. I'm seeing him as an entrepreneur in 26 years, just imbibe the vibes to me. So this is the CSC course that was there, that was designed. So my dad liked that, and when I was discussing with my dad and comparing with the other universities that they're offering, this was a better course because this had more practical knowledge. So I had studied IGCSE board in my past 10 years. So in that he has 75% of all practical knowledge, just projects, then presentations and everything. And 11, 12 I had taken HSE, so I had seen the major difference. So when I saw this course, I was like, it looks the similar when I like that way of learning also. So that is what motivated me to taking up this course.
Anybody else wants to?
Anybody else?
Sir, I'm just here to learn, get in as much as I can, get in all the information, knowledge, and someday, somewhere, implement it and solve problems. That's all.
But what is the dream? कभी सोचते हो क्या होगा 4 साल में क्या करना है? जैसे मैं बोला ना BHU में आके बोला कंपनी चलाऊंगा, राइट? तो क्या ड्रीम है? क्या लगता है कि नहीं क्या करने का?
क्या करना है सर? खुद की कंपनी तो खोलनी है.
अच्छा, जो सोचो बड़ा सोचो, छोटा नहीं सोचने का. Yeah, think big, and that's what Modi has shown it. Right? To be very frank, that the way he thinks, large, everything larger than the life that he thinks, and anything is achievable. Right? ये अपने पर डिपेंड करना है कि हमको क्या अचीव करना है. And I give example, right? That class 6 में इंग्लिश पढ़ के मैं आज इंग्लिश बोल रहा हूँ. तुम लोगों ने नर्सरी से पढ़ा होगा, राइट? और प्री केजी से. मैं ABCD क्लास 6 में पढ़ा, राइट? इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में 2016 में मैं गांव पे आया था, तो पूरे जिंदगी में लैंप से और ट्यूबलाइट से ये पढ़ा हूँ मैं, ओपन लैंप से और माजी, राइट? वहाँ से अगर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप बन सकता है तो कहीं से बन सकता है. बट पैशन होना चाहिए और ड्रीम बिग. डोंट स्टॉप योर थिंकिंग, राइट? सोच सकते हो कि मेरे को टेस्ला कार का इक्विवेलेंट मेरे को इंडिया में आने का, कोई स्टॉप नहीं करता. इनफैक्ट 90% ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक vehicle that you see today in India is done by people who have never done any vehicle in their life. All these young guys went to China, understood what is being done, वहाँ से उठा के लाके कर दिए, but कर दिए. इसलिए बजाज का चेयरमैन बोलता है कि यार ये सिखाएंगे हमको गाड़ी कैसे बनाना. लोग बोले कि वो सिखाए नहीं सिखाए, तुमसे पहले पैसा कमा के निकल लेंगे वो लोग. By the time you come, already these guys have made 1,000 crore rupees and got out of the business, right? So that is what you can think. Think big. Don't think small. And nothing. इसी इंटरप्रेन्योर से जरूरी है कि हर किसी को इंटरप्रेन्योर बोलो मेरे को गूगल में जॉब चाहिए, राइट? आई एम टेलिंग यू, राइट? यू शुड नॉट थिंक दैट मेरे को KPIT में जॉब चाहिए, मेरे को गूगल में जॉब चाहिए, मेरे को माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में जॉब चाहिए, मेरे को मेटा में जॉब चाहिए, राइट? मेरे को एनवीडिया में जॉब चाहिए, फांग कंपनी में काम करने का. जॉब करना है तो वहाँ करने का, ये सोचो, राइट? वहाँ के लिए कैपेबल बनेंगे तो कहीं भी कर लेंगे, बट सोचना है तो हमको वो सोचना है कि फार्म कंपनी में जाकर। और इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप है तो जितना भी इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप माइंड में ना, आज तुम सोचो कि अगर ये कोर्स बंद हो जाए तो क्या बिजनेस करोगे, राइट? आज सोचो वर्ल्ड वार 3 हो गया और ये सब कुछ बंद हो गया, जैसे इसराइल में आज के डेट में होंगे कि इतने लर्नेड, और यूक्रेन में देखो इंटरप्रेन्योर्स वेयर देयर, एवरीबॉडी इज टेकिंग गन्स एंड फाइटिंग, राइट? नो, इफ दैट इज द सिचुएशन, व्हाट इज दैट आई कैन डू, राइट? एंड जितने भी इंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाते हो ना, पहला काम ये करो कि कहीं पर छोटा मोटा सेल्स का काम करो, राइट? एक चीज बेच के दिखाओ, बिकॉज इफ यू कांट सेल योर आइडियाज यू कांट बिकम इंटरप्रेन्योर, ठीक है? एक चीज बेच के दिखाओ। जब हमने शुरू किया पार्टनर कंपनी तो मेरे डोमेन में मैं सिस्टम इंजीनियरिंग करता हूँ और अदर फाउंडर्स एल्गोरिथम लिखते हैं, आई डोंट राइट एल्गोरिथम्स। सो सैमसंग वाज आवर फर्स्ट कस्टमर। और कैसे कस्टमर बना, क्योंकि प्रीवियस कंपनी में सैमसंग का मोबाइल था जिसको कि लॉन्च करना था एक नेटवर्क में यूरोप में, और वहाँ लॉन्च करने के लिए रियल प्लेयर, राइट, अभी कोई बहुत कम लोग यूज करते हैं, RM फाइल होता है, रियल प्लेयर, उसको इनेबल करना था मोबाइल पे। तो नेटवर्क वाला बोला कि जब तक तुम RA ऑडियो और RM मीडिया प्लेयर नहीं करोगे तब तक हम तुमको लॉन्च नहीं करेंगे। एंड एवरीथिंग इज डन, 3 months टाइम, you do it, then get lost. Samsung was looking for partner who can do it, because their employees has raised their hand. RM we can't do in 3 months. Samsung India MD called me. Okay, we were providing the codecs and told that, can you do this? I asked, anybody has done it, right? Tell me a company which has done it. Then I said, nobody has done it. Are you willing to bet on me? He said, yes. We'll try it. इधर try करते हैं. And I told that you have to get me things on my demand. I will charge you $100 per hour for engineering. Bet number 1. From India. Right? Failure is yours. Try is mine, but $100 per hour charge करूँगा मैं. I'll put my best engineer. Real का partnership, you will get me in 3 days. Because I don't have time for this. 3 दिन में आपको मेरा पार्टनरशिप बनाना पड़ेगा उस कंपनी के साथ में. उसका स्टैक मेरे को दिला दीजिए. हमने किया 1.5 month में हमने रियल प्लेयर का ऑफर किया. 1.5 month. Because we were that good on Windows Mobile. We were 90% market share. The bug that Microsoft would not solve, OEMs used to come to me that can you look into this, because Microsoft guys have raised their hand. Then I'll sit with them and solve it. लोग बोलते थे कि अगर नहीं कर पाए Microsoft तो केशव के पास जाओ, वो सॉल्व करके बताएगा तुमको, कुछ ना कुछ खोज के निकालेगा वो करने के लिए. So हमने 1.5 month में कर दिया. Then he told that apart from the money that you have made and other things, dinner on me. Okay, I said fine, I will take you. When I started, I called him that I'm starting a company, and then I went and met him. Right, he became the second customer to say that I want you to work for Samsung. What is the problem statement? There is a China Olympics. We are making a push to talk application, not working out. My team is not able to do. Can you come and help me out? As a founder, I went to work at a customer place, and from one person, we had 11 people working on the project within 3 months. So challenge लोगे तभी जा पाओगे. If you sell yourself तभी जा पाओगे. Risk लोगे तभी जा पाओगे. इसलिए इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का किसी को कीड़ा है ना, किसी दुकान में खड़ा होके जो प्रोडक्ट तुमको लगता है नहीं बिकेगा उस प्रोडक्ट को बेच के दिखाओ, राइट? वो कर लोगे तो फिर इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप हो जाएगा. एंड आई टेल एवरीवन, सबको बोलता हूँ मैं, IT इंडस्ट्री में बहुत सैलरी मिलता है IT इंडस्ट्री में, राइट? आई ऑलवेज टेल पीपल, समबडी आस्क मी, ओह गिव मी दिस सैलरी, पीपल कम बैक. वो बोलता है 1 मिनट के लिए सोचो कि कल ये IT कंपनी बंद हो गई, राइट? जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट. एंड यू आर गेटिंग दिस सैलरी. टेल मी द कैपिटल दैट यू नीड टू अर्न दिस सैलरी. किसी को अगर 4 लाख रुपये कमाना है मंथ का, कितना कैपिटल चाहिए उसको? 4 लाख का नीट मनी अगर तुमको चाहिए तो कितना कैपिटल लगाओगे तो तुमको मिलेगा? व्हाट इज द बेस्ट बिजनेस रिटर्न? No man, whatever I'm saying that with the look into globally, with Reliance Ambani to TCS to every large company, what is that they make? 22% EBITDA, 25% EBITDA,
Yeah.
right? At the scale that you can make, or small में से ठेला लगा के लगाया तो उसको 50% या 100% EBITDA होता है. राइट मैं अपने घर में ही दुकान खोल दिया तो मेरे पास रेंट नहीं देना, बट वो सस्टेनेबल बिजनेस नहीं है, राइट?
Yes.
बट यू लुक इनटू 20% रिटर्न, राइट? अभी 20% रिटर्न के लिए अगर मेरे को 50 लाख कमाना है तो कितना कैपिटल चाहिए,
5x.
राइट? नाउ डू यू हैव दैट कैपिटल?
No.
तो स्किल है क्या, पता है कि तुमको क्या करना है? डोंट काउंट ऑन द फ्री लंचेस, राइट? बिकॉज है तो हमको चाहिए, बट सोच क्या हो, अब अगर मेरे को 50 लाख देना है और उसमें मेरे को प्रॉफिट बनाने का है तो तुम कितना का बिजनेस रन कर सकते हो? आर यू हैंडलिंग ए 10 करोड़ बिजनेस और 20 करोड़ बिजनेस? इफ यू आर नॉट, यू आर सर्वाइविंग ऑन द थिन वायर, राइट? जब तक ये म्यूजिक है, पार्टी है, तब तक ठीक है। जिस दिन ये पार्टी बंद होगा ये पैसा नहीं आएगा। सबको सोचो उसमें, उस टाइम में सोचोगे, then you will know what is the effort that I have put in.
You all have learned something. Something बहुत ज़्यादा सीखने को मिला. Just pick up all the essential part what sir has mentioned. Okay, let it be about the internship part, or let it be. Why I'm saying internship is like in your age you all think that कि मुझे कहीं पे जाकर कुछ भी internship करना है. But internship के नाम पे नहीं कि लोग are not justifying why they are giving you an intern. But तुम्हारी मजबूरी इसलिए जाकर तुम कहीं पे भी कुछ भी काम करोगे. So, like what sir has mentioned, do something which is related to your job, like what you are aiming for in future. That is one thing. And second part that I love so many parts. You all have to like publish a blog as your assignment after listening to sir. You all have to do that. But mention all the things what you have felt good. But even I also want you all to share me the MOM of this entire thing in your groups also. That's one thing. And thanks a lot, sir. So these guys will be tagging you on all the handles.